Hi, welcome back to Happens to be Vegan. My name is Pritika and I will be your host today. I'm your host all the time, what am I saying? Anyway, alright, so today we're making Sago, which is made out of these little tiny tapioca pearls. It's a traditionally Malaysian dessert, at least how I grew up having it, although you can find variations of it all over Southeast Asia. So we're gonna boil some tapioca pearls down, and then we're going to cover it in coconut milk, and then we've got a variety of different toppings here, which I'm going to go through anyway. It's a great summer dessert. It's really light and refreshing, and I think it's super tasty. So let's get to it. Okay, let's start with ingredients. So here we've got our tapioca pearls. I just picked up these pearls from the Asian grocer, but if you're in Australia, you can also get them at Woolworths. You want the really small tapioca pearls, and as you can see underneath, I've gone and measured out about 100 grams. Next, we've got our coconut milk. I'm going to use the whole tin, and we're just going to boil that down with some salt in it, essentially, and that's going to form the kind of base for all our toppings. And here we've got our toppings. So I picked up some palm sugar, some pandan leaves, and some mango. So mango isn't traditionally used in Malaysian sago, but it is used in Taiwanese and Thai sago. So with the Gula Melaka, again, you can pick that up at any Asian grocer. Same with the pandan leaves. I got mine frozen, and we're just going to boil that down into a syrup. So I've actually got some pre-made Gula Melaka syrup here. I was lucky enough to pick it up in Malaysia a couple of years ago, but it expired, so I'm gonna make my own. But the point of this, to show it to you, was that you may actually be able to find it in Asian grocers yourself. I've just brought 1 litre of water to the boil here on a high heat, and then I'm just gonna pour those lovely pearls into the water. Now this is going to take about 10 to 15 minutes to really firm up and turn into a pudding-like consistency. You want the pearls to go transparent. There may be a couple of those pearls with like little white dots in the middle, but yeah, you want them to go mostly fully transparent essentially. And this is at about the 15-minute mark. It may take your stove a little earlier to get to this point, but you can see the pudding has separated from the edges and it's turned into quite a pudding-like consistency, essentially. So now I'm just straining the sago here, and then I'm gonna pour some cold water over it just to firm it up. And I'll just take my little spatula and drain some of that water just to get rid of the excess there. And then it's ready to be put into molds. So I just pop them into the molds, just make sure that the molds are clean. And then you want to chuck this in to the fridge for about 3 hours. Alright, so we're emptying out that full can of coconut milk and just bringing it to a boil on a very low heat. And then once it's coming to a boil, I just chucked in about a pinch to a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm just stirring that through, essentially, just to give it a little bit of savouriness, because we'll have all the sugar of the toppings in there. It's a nice complement. And there you go, that's all done. Only took a couple of minutes. It's probably the easiest part of the process. So I'm just shaving out the Gula Melaka. It can be a little bit of a pain to cut, so just be patient while you shave it. And I'm measuring out about 70 grams here. Okay, so we've got about 1/4 cup of water that's gone in. And then we're going to put in the pandan leaves, just put 2 of them in. We've got the heat on a low to medium heat. I've got it on my smallest burner, just because you're going to be cooking down sugar and you don't want that to burn. And that's the full 70 grams of Gula Melaka going in now. And you can see it melts down really quickly. So this is probably only going to be on the stove for a couple of minutes. You just want everything to combine, and then it's going to turn into this wonderful sugar syrup. And then when it's done, you're just going to take out the pandan leaves, and then it's ready to serve. Okay, so our puddings have firmed up, so it's time to plate. So I'm just putting in about 3 tablespoons of coconut milk. You can drown it as much as you want, really. There's no hard and fast rule. And for the first pudding, I'm topping it with just a little bit of chopped mango, and I'm going to add a little bit of golden syrup to that as well, just to give it a little bit of sweetness. And then we've got the Gula Melaka as well, and I'm putting in a pretty generous 3 teaspoons there. Awesome, so we've made Sago. Yay! This is the one with the, yeah, thank you, handy cameraman. This is the one with the Gula Melaka on it, so I'm gonna try that out. It's not too sugary. You get a real nice creaminess from the coconut milk, and like you got the warm coconut milk, but like the Sago was a bit cold. Yeah, it's good. Oh yeah, that's really good. Okay, cool. We did it. We did good. Do you want some? Yeah. Okay. That one's really good. This one's really good too. I prefer that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
It was very good. You're so surprised.
I was. So?
Yeah.
Do you want the fresh fruit one?
Yeah.
They're both really good.